Welcome back to another episode of Video Game Numbers. Today, we're talking about free agency. I don't know any free agency yet, but
Yet.
our mate here, Rilin, has the list of free agency. Take it away.
Oh, so I'm just going to start blasting out.
Yeah, blast it, bro. Go.
Okay, so let's maybe go the top, I guess, 5 to 10 players that are either unrestricted or restricted free agents. So we've got Russell Westbrook, number 1, as an unrestricted free agent.
Sheesh.
And he's been owed about $46 million next year. So, yeah, I mean...
Wait, who's paying him that?
Who's paying him that right now?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, you said he's owed $46 million.
Yeah, the Clippers. Yeah. As in, like, because that's his contract.
But my memory's so bad. Did he get traded to the Clippers or did he got bought
No, he
out?
got traded. He got traded to the Clippers.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
No, he got freaking traded to the
Jazz,
Jazz,
and then
wow.
did they waive him or
Signed-
buy him out?
They waived. No, I think they bought him out or
Okay.
waived him. I don't know.
But regardless, so is he an unrestricted free
No,
agent?
He's unrestricted.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
unrestricted.
He's unrestricted
Okay.
free agent. So, I mean, are the Clippers going to bring him back next year, or because you got to think about what team can actually put up with this contract? It's a fucking monstrous.
But he's a free agent.
contract.
He's going to sign a new contract.
Yeah, but what is he going to get? 20 million as opposed to 40?
Well, I mean, if no one wants to pay him, what is he going to do? Say no? Like, he's not playing in the NBA? He's going to have to accept something.
I feel like he's going to take a pay cut and stay in LA, man. Even though that pay cut might be steep.
It's going to be significant.
It will be
Yeah.
massive. Because
Yeah.
I think the Clippers are also one of these teams like on top of the cap, so they only have like that taxpayers mid-level exception, which is like $6.5 million.
Yeah. It's a big drop off.
It's a huge drop off. But the thing is,
If you're
who else
contending,
is going to sign him?
if you're contending though, would you pay Westbrook maybe, I don't know, 15 million
Yeah, I
a
would.
year?
But it depends on if they can make that money work. Like how you got to like a lot of the contending teams are going to have, because most of them are over the cap. They're going to have to find avenues to source that 15 million.
Yeah,
whether it's
yeah.
trading someone or whatever it may be. I don't know all the like terms and conditions with like the CBA and all that kind of shit.
Here's a hot take. I reckon Westbrook would do good on the Heat.
Sheesh. You'd have 2 non-shooting.
Well, obviously they'd
all-time
have to get rid of
Bring him off
someone
the bench.
to put him in. Like,
Do you think
yeah.
he wants to come off the bench?
I mean, he came off the bench for the
The
Lakers.
Lakers,
I
yeah.
don't see why.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't. For Gabe Vincent.
I mean, I'd have Westbrook over Lowry.
Yeah. The thing is, the Heat have got to move some pieces to make that somewhat realistic. It will be like the fit will be nice. Oh, it'll be okay. I think the fit actually. Like imagine Westbrook, Butler, and Bam on the floor at the same time. Jeez, that spacing is
Yeah.
atrocious. But
That
then
is
again,
pretty bad.
they need a point guard upgrade there.
They need shooters. Their whole game is predicated upon
Yeah.
the shooting,
Yeah. Well, their shooting was phenomenal in the playoffs
Playoffs.
overall.
because they didn't have anyone that couldn't shoot,
Yeah.
aside from Jimmy, you could say.
Yeah.
And even then,
No,
It
she was
was-
hitting timely threes too.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
laying down shots when he needed
I kind of see Russ
I think
going
it's-
to a non-contender.
Really?
I
to.
feel like,
be the guy.
yeah, just let him do whatever he wants
Yeah.
for a fucking shit team.
To the
Because-
Rockets.
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah,
Back
like
to the Rockets? Back to OKC?
yeah, give
No,
some extra
okay.
ticket revenue or something for these teams.
Okay, see.
I feel like
Put
he
off
stays
the
with
bench
the Clips,
for
man.
Shea.
He did prove himself in their very
Clippers
short playoff
playoff,
run.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was the only guy that gave a shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why he might hit the Heat. He was the only one playing hard during that series
Yeah.
against Phoenix.
And what about the regular season?
Oh, it's a bit of a write-off because
The
the
thing with-
majority of it was with the Lakers, and
The
it
thing
just
with
didn't
Russ
fit.
is like yeah, your team has to be constructed in a very specific type of way.
He has
for
to
it
fit.
flourish.
He won't
Yeah.
fit to your team has to fit him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think he stays in LA just because his family's there.
It's a good
Family
place to
man.
be.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. But like, how much would you pay him though in free agent? Let's say every single team had all the money in the world. Like, I don't think he gets anything more than $20 million a year.
Even then, that's a stretch
Yeah,
to me.
because he's aging as well.
Yeah.
But he's still pretty fucking athletic. So I
And
don't know.
maybe he can sign like a lower term contract, maybe like 2 years,
Yeah.
It's one of those prove yourself again
Yeah.
type of contracts.
a 1 year vet
Yeah.
max, if there is such a thing. I don't know.
I reckon he stays in
Yeah.
LA. Yeah, interesting.
So that's Russell Westbrook. So second on the list, I've got Chris Middleton. He's got a player option, and he's been owed probably around $35 to $40 million. I think I see
he
him.
takes that option.
Yeah, he'll stay with the Bucks.
He'll stay with the
Give
Bucks,
it
but
one
I think
more.
Yeah.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to pick up that player option, sign a lengthier deal, but like his annual salary is going to be a bit less.
Yeah.
It's a smart thing to do when you're like his age is like what 32,
good to
33
have
maybe.
options.
Yeah, coming up.
Player options.
I think that's straightforward.
I think he's definitely going to stay. So okay, third on the list. This is an interesting one. We've got James Harden with a player option, $35 million.
I don't see him coming back. To be honest,
Really? You reckon he doesn't stay with the Sixers?
It's hard, man. I don't know.
So they got a coaching change. So one of the biggest issues he's had was with Doc Rivers.
It was
Yeah.
reported he
Their
didn't like
play
Doc,
style.
yeah.
So coaching
yeah.
change, like the whole reason he went to 76ers was because of Daryl Morey. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would he just go there 1 year and leave?
Yeah.
It's been there 2 years now.
It's been 2
2
years.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
They got bounced in the second round the season
Yeah,
before as well. Yeah,
Harden was the last.
because he went from Brooklyn
He got
to
traded.
Philadelphia mid-year.
Yeah, he got traded. So he had a playoff run the year before as well.
Because Ben Simmons sat out that whole year,
Yeah.
and then the next year, Ben Simmons, this season he played a little bit, so it's actually
Yeah.
2 years, or 1.5, if you will. And he'd fit well in Miami, bro. Strip clubs for James Harden. They upgrade at point guard, like dead ass. He'll fit really good in Miami, but then I don't know how Miami's going to make that work.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen
Super.
James Harden hustle in my life.
He gets those blind luck type of defensive
You're
plays.
just thinking of that one play on fast break.
Yeah,
It's
literally
like-
is that. It literally is that. But that just
It's like his
summarizes
defensive
James
highlight of
Harden.
his career, bro.
That sums up James Harden on the defensive end so well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he runs it back in Philadelphia, like I don't see any way how they're going to be better than this year. Harden's going to be a year older. PJ Tucker's going to be a year older.
Yeah.
Their core is pretty much the same. They can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Because they're paying so much to Tobias Harris.
And put it this way, Harden
They
was
kind
the
of peaked.
Harden was the first person to blow up the Nets team.
Yeah.
So he kind of has that foresight to be like, oh, it's a sinking ship. I better get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't really call that foresight. Everyone could see that coming, bro.
but he was the first one to like actually do something about it.
Yeah, because
So-
he was the first one to get there, so he was the first one that could leave, right?
He was the last one to get there.
Was he the last one to get
So
there?
out of
KD and
KD,
Kyrie.
yeah,
First, yeah. They had a season together first, I think. Yeah.
yeah. So it's not out of character for him to just go back to Houston or something.
Yeah. I mean,
Russ and Harden back to Houston.
I just don't see any way how the 76ers will be competitive after they got embarrassed in the second round. I wouldn't say embarrassed. They went to 7 games, but like for their team, like
Yeah.
the way they
Well, they should
like
have
no one remembers the fact that they lost in 7. It's the fact that Harden and Embiid were no shows in
Yeah.
Game 7,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
had like poor body language. That's what
Yeah.
you remember.
Well, the last 2 games, for that matter, I
Yeah.
feel like they should
Yeah,
have won in
true,
Game
yeah.
6.
But yeah, so like I don't know. Like is Nick Nurse that much of an upgrade over Doc Rivers that all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're a championship contending
Yeah.
team with Harden and Tucker all year? Tucker's like fucking almost 40, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It comes down to the players. I mean, the players going to win you the game at the end
Well,
of the
Nick
day.
Nurse is like a defensive coach, so like I don't really
you're
know.
not gonna make him into a
He's
good
gonna
defender.
turn Harden into a defensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm
player.
saying. So like, I don't know how that's gonna work. That's the only thing that has like a question mark for me. And like it's Nick Nurse as well. Like, his team sent you home.
I think ultimately, I think he runs it back. Even though I think it's the wrong choice for everyone, I think they ultimately run it back. Just because, yeah, I mean, they signed Nick Nurse, which kind of shows they still want.
And they're still good on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they've been
still
good on paper
really
for
good
like
on
fucking
paper.
forever.
Yeah.
You still yet to make the conference finals.
Well, I mean, I don't really see that much difference between the 76ers and Celtics, to be honest. Like,
Ooh.
in terms of their run in the last few years.
Look at it. Is it? Look at it.
Both teams, any
You're
championships?
making it turn
Don't
red,
think
bro.
so.
Yeah, but you can say that about like 27 teams though.
Yeah, I know, but like, I think the progress from both teams has been the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, one team gets booted in the Eastern Conference Finals / Finals. One doesn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. There's levels, even though
I
the
guess so.
levels are still like,
But it's
they're still failing.
Yeah.
But like,
But what I'm trying to say is that like the levels are different, yes, but it's still disappointment for both
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
true. Yeah.
they're still on the same in the same category. Like I still view them from the same lens. Like both teams
Both teams are championship or bust.
championship like contenders, very good on paper, but somehow just can't fucking make it when they get to the end.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, right, the way they both got like they both left the playoffs was basically the same. You know, Game 7, and no one showed up.
Yeah.
Like 76ers in their Game 7 when the Celtics won, didn't show up. When the Celtics lost to the Heat, didn't show up.
That's true.
So same team, I reckon.
Yeah, similar, very similar vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Boston's only done it once. Boston's only not shown up like once in the past however many years. Whereas 76ers just... Anyways. It's
Maybe that's for another video.
So it's sort of divided.
I think he stays in Philly.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you reckon that Harden will stay as well?
I don't know, to be
I
honest.
reckon, I reckon it's
I don't know what that guy's thinking.
if he leaves again, then like his reputation is fucked. No one will want him.
His
If he-
reputation is kind of damaged already.
Yeah, like as it is, it's already damaged. If
Yeah.
he just drops this team and leaves again, like who would want him?
If he wants to win, this is his best chance at winning.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I think that's what it comes down to. Does he want to win, or does he want to just play individual
And he
basketball?
fits well with the Sixers because of
Yeah,
Joel
he
Embiid. He doesn't because like when you watch him play, he clearly doesn't want to score. And
But that is the
Pick and roll.
problem. I think he needs to score when he needs to score instead of just defaulting to
yeah,
that all the time.
Yeah. You got to know when your best player is off or when Harris and Maxey aren't hitting shots.
Yeah.
You got to take over.
So that's James Harden.
He's done it before. Like he's
Yeah.
had 2 40-point games against the Celtics. Like he's more than capable of doing it.
Exactly.
He just doesn't do it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's James Harden. I'll have two more players on my list. So I've got Kyrie Irving next, unrestricted free agent.
Fucking no one knows where this cunt's going.
bro.
I reckon
All
he'll
problem
stay.
players this year.
Your guess is as good
Top
as
5
mine,
is
man.
problem players, bro.
Yeah. Well, those are the most interesting ones.
Yeah, true.
I reckon he'll stay in Dallas.
I have
He's not
no
staying.
fucking idea where he
fucking
goes,
where
man.
he's staying,
I
I reckon.
like honestly, yeah, who knows, man.
I mean, he's mentioned that he wants to stay in Dallas,
He
but
said
he
the
said
same
that
thing
about
about-
the
he
Celtics.
said that
He said that
everywhere,
about a lot of teams.
So down
Yeah.
up Nets.
Like if he didn't stay in Brooklyn with his best friend KD in his hometown, like what's the guarantee that he's going to stay in
Yeah,
Dallas?
yeah.
Well, I mean, they both got traded, so
Will your Lakers pick him
Yeah,
up?
true.
I don't think we want him. Like you
No
said,
one wants that guy, man.
problem player. I hated him. He'll be on one of our upcoming videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty similar to James Harden in terms of there's this big question mark. Does he want to still fight for a championship, or does he just want to wave the white flag and go somewhere else where no one gives a fuck? Even then, it's like for a contending team,
I feel like
are you better off without Kyrie, or are you better off with Kyrie? I think history shows that you're probably better off without a guy like Kyrie. You look at your Celtics, you look at the Nets.
Well, I'm just thinking about the Cavs winning it all. That's why.
Yeah. Well, that's because they had LeBron.
Yeah, true.
There was another alpha, like clear alpha, that could
Yeah,
actually.
but then once they got rid of Kyrie, they got that was to the KD Warriors. They got swept back to
Yeah,
back.
yeah. So
And those Cavs teams were atrocious on paper too.
exactly, yeah. So I don't know. Do people still find it fun watching Kyrie play basketball?
Yeah, it's fun to
I
watch.
mean, look at your highlights.
I reckon he's still the most fun player to watch.
He's very fun to watch. Yeah.
I reckon he's the most fun player to watch. Like when he's cooking, like no one else can do shit like that.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, that's fair.
Like any like you take like the other players who we think of who are like most fun to watch, like Ja,
Steph Curry,
Steph,
Yeah,
I don't know, Book, KD, they're all fun guys to watch, but like anyone can shoot a 3 from 30 feet. Like you've got Steph, you've got Dame, they both do the same things,
yeah,
kind of, right? Who's doing shit that Kyrie does?
yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not even close, I don't think.
Finessing.
Because like every player that does something like the best, you can find number 2 who's like sort of close.
Yeah.
Like you've got Jokic, who's like the best at what he does, but
But
I can say 2 people who are like almost there.
Yeah.
Like Şengün and like Sabonis.
Yeah.
They're kind of like almost there. You know what I mean? Steph shooting threes. Dame is almost there. You've got Clay almost there. But Kyrie, who's after him? Trey, Steph,
yeah, it is a big
like,
drop off.
there's a huge
So,
difference.
he's definitely an entertainer, and I think that's probably why Mark Cuban was like, "Nah, we're gonna get this guy."
Yeah, they got.
Also, I have no idea where it goes though. Like,
Yeah.
The problem is no one knows what the fuck he wants.
I feel like he actually just wants to like play basketball like just purely as like a 9-to-5 job and just do his fuck off and do his own thing.
He wants to be Jokic, I reckon.
Like he wants to be
Playing
Jokic.
basketball.
It
as
talks
like,
too much, bro.
Like he wants to live a life like Jokic, but with more spotlight. Like he wants to play basketball.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a bit
just
of
like-
an attention seeker, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he just wants to play basketball. Doesn't want it as his like main job kind of thing. Like that's the kind of vibe I get from him.
Yeah.
Like he's just so talented at it, but he just doesn't care that much. You know.
That is true. Yeah, it's the not giving a fuck factor.
Honestly, I have no idea where it goes.
Yeah, we'll see soon.
But yeah, I don't know. If I was to guess, I guess Mavericks, but fuck. I don't.
It's a
Kyrie
bad.
and Luka even have chemistry, bro?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
bad.
Because their record when they play together is like
Oh, it's
very good.
trash.
Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
one of them is like not playing, regardless if it's Luka or Kyrie, they're pretty good.
That's better. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better than if they were
So
both
fit
playing.
is a bit iffy.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck. But where does he even go? I don't know. Miami is just free agent.
Everyone go to Miami. If you're a point guard and you can shoot, go to Miami.
Straight out, bro.
All right, last guy on my list. I've got Fred VanVleet. He's an unrestricted free agent.
Miami, bro.
He's got his he's got his bird rights. He's owed about 21 million this year. So that's the last guy.
He turned down an extension early this season.
Yeah.
I forgot how much it was for.
Yeah.
But he turned it down.
It was pretty big. I think
I
it
think it was like
more
around
than-
that
It was
120 range
yeah.
or something like that.
definitely more than what he's being paid now.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think Miami's a good fit. Like, as in, like, they might also make it happen if Toronto wants to rebuild.
Yeah,
Then the Heat could ship Tyler Hero in a sign and trade and get Fred VanVleet back.
Tyler Hero.
I think he's the
and-
most fitting out of every other player that we said should go to Miami.
I think he's the one that fits them the most.
Yeah.
I can see VanVleet buying into the Heat
He's
culture.
got that. He's got that Heat culture because like he's like
He's
scrappy
the same.
As well.
He's
He's
undrafted as well. Yeah,
yeah, true. Yeah.
So like he's the only one that I can think would fit culturally, but I don't know about.
Culturally, but even through a trade though, like if Tyler Hero is your best trade asset plus like maybe like 1 or 2 picks, you're much more likely to get like that's more
Like a
realistic.
VanVleet,
Of
get a
Fred,
Harden.
yeah, more of a VanVleet package than a Damian Lillard. Or
Yeah.
So like
So sign and trade.
yeah.
And I honestly don't think like Miami really needs someone as good as Dame because they've already got.
I think you can always use someone as good as
Yeah, but then like I'm thinking of like Dame and his play style doesn't really.
Yeah, I see what
You know
you
what I
mean.
It's not a
Yeah,
heat.
I see what you mean.
It's not heat mask.
Yeah, like I can't really see him fitting in with Jimmy and Bam. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of plays that they run.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like VanVleet, I can kind of see him fitting in because
Well,
he's not purely a scorer.
yeah, Dame is like a super god tier level point
Yeah.
guard, and
Scoring
VanVleet's
too.
like
VanVleet's like you need him
Couple-
to
yeah,
score a
like
bit more.
all-star
You
level.
need him to take a step back. To
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that too. Yeah.
yeah. I think VanVleet would be a good fit in Miami.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's rumors saying that he's been linked with the Lakers as well. So
What's
I-
the
I
avenue-
would love
what's
to
the
have-
avenue to getting him though?
I would love to have him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What's the avenue?
Well,
Because if he's leaving Toronto, you got to assume Toronto's going to full on rebuild. Because I mean, they already got rid of Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Which means Siakam and VanVleet are probably gone next.
Yeah.
What's your avenue to getting?
Well,
VanVleet
it'd have to
though?
be through a trade.
Well, it's not going to leave D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, yeah. But I think
What the
he's
fuck does Toronto want to do with D'Angelo Russell?
he's unrestricted as well. So I mean, he can fuck off if he wants. Yeah.
Dude's getting up practice shots right now, bro.
Yeah, I love that meme. That's a fucking good meme.
Game
If you
8.
get Freddie, I don't know. I think Reeves is gone. If you're getting Freddie.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't see how you get
'cause
Freddie.
We'd have
Come
two,
on, man.
like
you
3
think
point
Raptors are
guards.
just going to take D'Angelo Russell in a first? Come on, bro. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's a first round pick. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Give him Rui. Give him Schroeder.
No, Schroeder's a free agent as well.
Or if
Both
we can
Rui
get,
and Schroeder are free agents, though.
if we can get a guy like
Fred.
Fred,
Fred.
yeah, Freddie. But yeah, I mean, he would be because he's one of those guys that can fit anywhere,
He's an ideal point guard next to LeBron. Like, he's not too ball dominant.
and he can
But
shoot.
Play off.
He can play a bit of
Yeah.
defense for his size.
Yeah.
Like he's literally just plug and play. Like put him in any team and he'll excel. Yeah, very good player.
That's interesting. If it happens, that's a big 3 right there.
Yeah, big W.
But you lose Austin Reeves.
Basically, next year all the point guards are going to be looking different.
Miami's the top point guards. That's the one takeaway from this video.
Hey, Lionel Messi went to Miami, so you know that's a big.
That was the last free agent on your list, yeah, like the last big name.
No, yeah, big name, yeah. There's some other guys, but don't really care. there's Vucevic, there's Porzingis,
Is Porzingis a free
Harrison
agent?
Barnes.
Yeah,
He's got a player option, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
interesting.
yeah, I mean that pretty much sums up our free agency video. I guess the crux of our argument is we have no idea where the fuck
Two takeaways, you have no idea. They're all right in my head.
New roster. Yeah, it'll be pretty fun free agency to watch. Actually,
Fucking imagine if none of these guys go to Miami.
When is free agency?
Week and a half.
Yeah, week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah,
But
not
the
long.
deadline's not until like a few weeks before the season starts. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
the first few days.
The first week is when players commit,
Yeah.
and then all the paperwork and shit follows after. So it's basically you're verbally committing.
DeAndre Jordan. I was thinking about DeAndre Jordan instance.
What did he do?
He verbally committed to the Mavs and then he backed out.
Was this like a
This is
few
like
years
years
ago?
ago, yeah. He committed to the Mavs and then
I remember that.
he backed out and then he eventually signed with the Mavs like 5 years later.
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's our video. We'll see you in the next one.